Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. This weekend, November 2nd and 3rd, we are fishing the River Runners Kayak Bass Club 2024 two-day classic on the Pocomoke River. If you're enjoying the content, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. I'd love to hear your thoughts, so drop a comment below. Let me know what you think. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss any further uploads. Okay, let's start off with our day one highlights and standings. Then we'll roll into day two highlights and standings. And then we'll see who is the 2024 Classic Champ. All right, we've been fishing now for about a half hour. Tournament started at 7 a.m. this morning. And we're starting out throwing a spinnerbait. And we're going to hook up on our first fish right here. And as you can see, it's extremely low tide today. For the whole weekend, it's going to be a really, really low tide, more than usual. But this is not a big one, but it gets us started on the day. Okay, I put this little clip in here because it's our next cast. Still throwing a spinnerbait, and we throw right back up in the same area, and we hook up on our second fish. The only problem is we lose it before we get it to the boat. But it was a small one, so no big deal. So let's keep fishing. Okay, it's been about 20 minutes since our last bite, so we decided to switch it up a little bit and start throwing a square bill. We're throwing a Bill Lewis ATV square bill. It's one of my favorites. And we're going to hook up on our second fish. Again, it's going to be a small one, but it is going to be our second keeper. And our goal every tournament is to get a 5-fish limit, and then we can start upgrading. And you'll see on day one, we're going to catch a lot of little ones to start with to fill our limit out. And then as the day warms up a little bit, we're going to start upgrading. I had to put this clip in there. I was throwing this wacky worm under this cypress tree and hooked up on a nice one. And this is the one that got away, jumped up and spit the hook.
Damn it.
It's now been almost an hour since our last keeper, and we've been switching up different lures, and we switched to a wacky worm right now. Throw it up under this tree, cypress tree. We're going to hook up on our third keeper. Again, it's a small one, but it's number 3 of our 5-fish limit right now. Okay, we switch back to the spinnerbait now, throwing around any exposed wood sticking out of the water, and we're going to hook up on our 4th keeper. This again is a small one that we want to upgrade later, but it's our biggest one of the day so far. We've now been fishing for about 2.5 hours, and still throwing that spinnerbait right now. And as you can see, that little stump sticking outside of the water over here on the top right hand side. Throw that spinnerbait beside that stump, and we're going to hook up on our 5th keeper. That's right, we're going to get a 5-fish limit right now in 2.5 hours, which is always a good thing. It's a limit of 62.5 inches, but It's a good start. All right, another hour's gone by, and we're going to hook up on our first upgrade. Still throwing that spinnerbait right now. And this is going to be a half-inch upgrade. This upgrade is going to give us now a 5-fish total of 63 inches. Starting to warm up a little bit now. A couple hours going by. We've been catching a few non-scoreable fish. But we're going to start back with that wacky worm again. We skip it up beside that tree, cypress tree, and you can see that line took off to the left as we hooked it up. And this is going to be a big upgrade for us. This is our biggest fish of the day so far, and it's going to be a 2 1/4 inch upgrade to our 5-fish limit. It's been about another 45 minutes without our upgrade, and we see this nice looking stump. We throw the wacky worm right in the stump, and at first we get hung up on that stump and we start jerking it, and all of a sudden a big old bass grabs that worm and we hook up on it. This is going to be our biggest upgrade so far. It's actually going to be a 5.5 inch upgrade if we can ever get this thing in the boat. This is going to be a big upgrade for us. It puts our 5-fish limit to 70 3/4 inches.
That helped a bunch right there. 17 3/4, that's over a 5-inch upgrade.
Well, we've been fishing for about another hour, and we're still looking for another upgrade, and we see another stump sticking out of the water. Throw that wacky worm up there, and we're going to hook up on our 4th upgrade right now. And this is going to be a nice upgrade. This is actually going to be a 3-inch upgrade. It's going to boost our 5-fish total to 73 3/4 inches.
Nice upgrade.
About 10 minutes later, throw in another little stump. And as you can see, the water is really, really low today. It's been like a low tide all day. So this is going to be a 1/2 inch upgrade that is going to put our 5-fish limit up to 74 1/4 inches. So it is now 3:30 in the afternoon, and tournament day 1 is over. So let's go ahead and recap. Gordon Quillen is on top with 82 inches. Leon Sims is in second, not far behind at 80 1/4 inches. Dave Crockett's in third at 79. We ended up in 7th with 74 1/4. But in a 2-day tournament, this whole top 10 is close enough that anybody can become the Classic champ. So stay tuned for day 2. Okay, welcome to day 2. We're starting in the same area. And with our finish yesterday, I believe if we can better it just a little bit today, we have a good shot for a check because top 10's real close. Starting with a spinner bait in the same area we caught our first fish yesterday, and we hook up on one. And this feels like a good one. And it is a good one. The only problem, it's a nice pickerel. And we're not in a pickerel tournament. So, let's keep looking for some bass. Well, we moved over to this point. Still fishing with that spinner bait. Throwed up against that wood there and bounced off of it. We got our first bass on. The only problem, it's a non-scoreable. But at least we're heading in the right direction. We got bass now. Okay, let me explain why I'm so close to this duck blind. We've been fishing a little over a half hour. I just got hung up on the right side of that duck blind on a big stump. So now I'm throwing a wacky worm on the left side of the duck blind, and we hook up on our first fish. And it's going to be a good one. It's a good way to start the day with a good keeper in the first half hour.
Number one, 15 1/4. Good start.
After measuring our first fish, our very next cast we're going to throw back up in that same little clump of little stumps by that duck blind. And we're going to hook up on another one. And this one is actually going to be bigger than the first one. So you're talking about in the first 40 minutes, we're going to have two good keepers on the board. Feeling good about the day right now.
All right, 16 1/2. Man.
We have now switched over to throwing a wacky worm. Half hour's gone by without any bites, but we're going to hook up on our third keeper right now. It's not going to be a big one, but it's a good start to our 5 fish limit. About 20 minutes have gone by, and we're fishing in only about a couple feet of water right now. So we're throwing up any stump, wood structure that's sticking out of the water right now. It's extremely low tide, and we're going to hook up on our fourth fish. Still throwing that wacky worm. There we go. Again, it's not a big one, but we're just trying to fill out that limit right now. Okay, we've been fishing for a little over 2.5 hours. It's a little after 8 right now, and we're going to hook up on our 5th fish. Again, it's not going to be a big one, but it is going to fill out our 5 fish limit in 2.5 hours with 71 1/4 inches. That's more than what we had yesterday when we got our 5 fish limit. So now we just got to keep on upgrading. Okay, another 2.5 hours have gone by without any upgrades. Still looking for an upgrade now. Our smallest fish is a 13-inch. And we're throwing that wacky worm up against that little stump there. And we're going to hook up on our first upgrade. It's not going to be a big one. It's going to be a 1/4 inch upgrade, which is going to take us to 71 1/2 inches right now.
1/4 inch upgrade.
Almost 3 hours have gone by, and we only got 2 hours left to fish. We're still looking for that big upgrade. We throw up beside this cypress tree. We threw it up around it a couple times, but we threw up to the right-hand side of it. Still that wacky worm, and we hook up on our second upgrade. But this feels like a good one. Once we get into the boat, we're going to realize this could change us pretty good in the standings. This is going to be a 3 1/4 inch upgrade. This is going to bring our 5 fish total to 74 3/4 inches, which according to the standings, that's moving us up pretty good today.
Yeah, baby. 16 1/2. Just upgraded big time.
Okay, it's 3:30 and lines are out and we're heading back to the ramp. We had a great day today, and according to the leaderboard, when it shut off, we moved up the standings pretty good for day two. And as you'll see here in a minute, I'll post day two standings. Uh, Dave Crockett ended up with a heck of a day with 88 inches. Miles Muffett was in second with 78 and a half, and I was in third with 74 and 3/4. So in a 2-day event, you got to combine day one, day two. So we're going to find out at the awards banquet here in just a couple minutes on the total of the 2 days and see where we ended up. I believe we might be close to cutting a check, so we'll see.
All right, now we want to go ahead and thank everyone who participated in our RRZ Classic 2-day No Points Fun event. We had 17 anglers and 192 fish were caught this weekend. So, third place in our Classic event goes to Leon.
Hold on. I got these.
He's got it.
Shit.
No, come here. Stand right here.
Get him, Bobby.
Right. Good job.
Thank you. All right.
Second place goes to Gordon Cullen. And our first place for the weekend is Mr. Dave Crockett.
Snuck her up in the rear now. Snuck her up in the rear.
And our big bass for the weekend in our classic event goes to Mr. Gordon Quillen with a 20 and a half.
Woo!
Straight hammer. Savage hammer. That hammer with the long stick.
That's a big jig, man.
Well, we ended up fourth. We were tied for third, but lost it in the tiebreaker. So big congratulations goes to Dave Crockett, Gordon, and Leon for their high finishes. And thanks, guys, for watching. And also I want to thank all the companies that support us, which is OC Kayak, Hobie Eyewear, Ramco, Amped Outdoors, and Gardner Sign. Thanks again. See you on the next video.